think fast. Ooh, that was quick. Whatever you're working with, you are embodying that energy. Hence it goes back to the science of being the no thing. Again, the fact that there's 99.9% of nothingness in an atom. You know what I'm saying? And again, go back to the slit experiment. The double slit experiment, dealing with how they notice how electrons move due to somebody observing the experiment and somebody not observing the experiment. Hence, also add to the point of, in essence, what some may call the law of attraction or manifestation. It's like that no thing has the potential to be all things, and right now, that's about us too, balancing our universe. Like, we are the yin and the yang. We're not just the yin, we're not just the yang. Regardless if you are a male or female, it's about aligning those energies in a balanced way within your realm. And it's also for us to have, we are the no thing in that sense, to be potentially anything in our moment. Whatever our moment calls for. One moment our mom might be the sweetest person and like, oh man, your mom the coolest, and then the next moment, she, motherfucker, go put up that shit. Like, still divine, regardless. It's all in alignment. But what I was getting to too, what it really came to is like, when I was working with this pyrite, it's like whatever crystal you're working with, become that crystal. Like, you are that crystal, because again, you're a walking crystal anyway. So the same thing with like embodying or dealing with, quote unquote, what some may call deities or gods. They are personifications of energies inside of us. You know what I'm saying? Again, you gotta walk embodiment. So if you're working with pyrite and amethyst, then you are the pyrite and amethyst. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you are in that moment, and not necessarily, I'm externally working with pyrite and amethyst. You're becoming the pyrite and amethyst. If I'm working with Oshun and Papa Legba, I become Oshun and Papa Legba. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, and somebody religious is gonna tell you otherwise, but again, this is different levels, different grades within the school. That's not knocking nobody, because again, we all growing, we all, learning about these different aspects on different levels. But, again, embody the energy of what you're working with, and realize, again, at one moment, I embodied Papa Legba, one moment I embodied Ogun, one moment I'm embodying Shango, one moment I could be embodying all three of them motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's an embodiment. It's seeing you as snapping into that energy, you know what I'm saying? Again, by being a no thing, you could potentially be all things in any given moment, and not for us to become rigid, because if you notice, everything kind of goes back to not being rigid about anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, again, when I was wearing that hat a lot, the red and black hat, because that was I was embodying that popular Legba energy, you know what I'm saying? In that moment, like, for my moment, and not to say that I wasn't shifting and tapping into other energies, but again, that was mainly the energy that I was working with and being in that moment. And hence, in most of my videos, when I was wearing that top hat, in some way, form, or fashion, I probably introduce you, to some type of information for the first time, introduce you to some type of information for the first time. If I say, like a different guide, and hence, like, I might have introduced you to, hey, go check out this YouTube channel or this person, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, the walk of the way, to introduce the messenger of the God, you know what I'm saying? But that's that whole energy, is making sure that you embody these things. You're not worshiping these things or looking at these external aspects as like, oh, all right, again, I'm working, or I'm worshiping something on an external level. And it's like, nah, it's embodying that. And again, more so for what it really came to me is about crystals, because I've never heard anybody say that. Not to say that I'm saying this because I never heard anybody say this. When it came to me, I'm like, oh, this is why I should speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure nobody probably, it's very few that may have had that realization of, like actually embodying that energy. When you wearing Moldavite, you are the Moldavite, or whatever crystals you're wearing, So right now, I am Shungite, I am lodestone, you know what I'm saying? I am petalite, I am rose quartz, I am blue kyanite, you know. And some may be like, oh man, that's a lot of crystals. This is, Well, again, no thing potential to be all things, and connecting with any of these energies at any given moment. We got all kind of elements in our body. You got more than 10 elements in your body. So why would it be far-fetched to work with more than one crystal? You know what I'm saying? And I spoke on that before. I'm about to catch this bus. Think fast. Really don't think too much though. Just be in the moment. Think fast in the sense of being in the moment and don't be rigid. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm being, one moment calls for me to be nice, don't be rigid to the point of like, oh, when it's time to switch that up, you like taking all along because you're rigid about like, oh, I'm trying to stay nice, even though this moment not calling for me to be nice. Well, that kind of throws us off. And it's just like portal jumping, a portal open and then it closes. So, that portal's open for you to be one energy, and then when it, when it calls for another moment, then it's open for you to be another energy. You know what I'm saying? It's not about worshiping nothing inside of us as much as it's becoming that energy and embodying that energy. And how could something take over you? Because some may ask, oh, well, I'm scared. And two, you'll see where, again, different strokes for different folks. Because some people who may be considered, knowledgeable may still see like dealing with deities as something scary or something taking over you, But how could something, again, you existed, you're a primordial being, how could something take over you, And if you feel like that, then maybe you shouldn't work with these energies because you're going to have that feeling of like something is possessing me, you know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be beneficial to you in that sense. If you, again, hence where it's all about the subconscious, and subconsciously you still kind of got those teachings of, oh, I'm worshiping this if I work with it, or something's taking over me when I'm working with this. And, don't even, what I'm saying, until you could get your subconscious to an understanding of, really knowing that you embody these energies in this moment, whichever one you choose to, or however many multiple ones you choose to embody. That's the whole aspect. But yeah, y'all go ahead. It's that potential to be any and all things, at any given moment. That's it, y'all. Oh, yeah, y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead.